and welcome to the Pajama Party review of Star Trek Beyond. Soundtrack music. Oh, I was sure. With a special guest to accompany me, my little brother, or little Hiajo, is that brother for Spanish? Anyway, EJ's here. Yay!
Hello everyone.
Alright, here we go. So, like I said guys, this is the Pajama review of Star Trek Beyond. One, because we just got back from seeing this movie, and it's kind of late. Right now in Philly, it is actually 11:38. I'm beat, so I didn't feel like dressing up for the camera, but I'm here today anyway to talk to you about Star Trek Beyond.
I'm here to talk about
and he's here to talk about it too. Alright, well, EJ, you're my special guest. How about you take it for us? What's some of your pros? Well, no. Let me start off. What are we talking about? So first of all, we did see this movie in 3D by default. We were originally going to see it in standard edition, but we missed that time, so we ended up seeing Star Trek in 3D.
It was still good in 3D.
It was okay. I don't know. It was okay.
It fit with it.
I'm not a 3D fan. I don't like wearing the glasses.
3D.
I feel like if we're going to do 3D, it should be like a big, bold, like things jumping at you movie. A lot of stuff doesn't jump out in this film, but yeah. So we did see that. So EJ, you're my special guest. What are some of your pros and cons for this film?
My pros and cons. Alright, my pros is it's way more funnier than the first one. I mean, like some people would say like the first one probably funnier, but I saw the first one, which is goddamn, about little food. But like this one more funnier, more action packed, and Justin Lin is
the director of this. He's the director of the Fast and Furious franchise. If some of you guys aren't aware of who that is, this is kind of different for his territory. I feel like,
and like for people like to see that, like hear about that, like oh my god, like he used to race cars like Vin Diesel, like
Vin Diesel, and what's the guy that died? I'm sorry, what's his name? Paul Walker.
Walkers, like
he's used to those very hyper masculine movies.
And it's like okay, like this can really work, or this can really just be bad, just super bad.
Yeah.
But luckily, this is the one that really worked. Like I'm really surprised at what he did with this movie, and it just blew me out of the way. Like I really much enjoyed the movie, and like the performance, Chris Pine did pretty good. I'm sorry that I don't know her name, but I know she's from Kingsman, Secret Service, and I've got that character name also.
Jayla.
Like I know she's from that movie, and she did a hell of a job. Simon Pegg, really awesome movie. I enjoyed the performance and the visual effects. They were special effects.
Yeah, special effects. Yeah,
they were pretty good.
Well, that's a given. The special effects in this movie, they're going to definitely toss them an Oscar nod for special effects, sound mixing, sound editing,
maybe score.
I don't know. I'm not going to say score for this one.
The original song by Rihanna, Sledgehammer, I really like that song.
I like Sledgehammer a lot.
It's catchy.
I wish it was in the movie. It was not. I was waiting for Sledgehammer to be in the movie. I would say the instrumental of Sledgehammer is in the movie, but the actual vocals from Rihanna is not in the movie. And it's like, oh, because it matches so well with the trailers they put out. So I'm like, oh, they're going to have it in there. I wrote down a couple of things while I was watching the movie. I have my really big index cards. I like how it starts out. It starts with a really funny scene. Captain Kirk is like talking to these big rock people, and it turns out they're actually small rock people. And it's like a cute little light, funny scene. I actually have not seen the two movies before this, so this is the first Star Trek movie I've seen. So I didn't come into this with like a bias. I thought it was pretty well done. I was gonna feel for the characters. Captain Kirk in this film doesn't seem very captain-y to me, and I guess that fits the narrative because he's doubting. They say that he's doubting who he is as a captain, but I kind of like they don't explore that. They kind of just say it.
Well, they did in the other movies, like like when he joined Starfleet, it was like you really did just join him there. Like you really was that up for it, and like he did it, and like he was surprised that he was good at it. Like, alright, I'll do it a couple more times. The second movie was like, alright, start enjoying it. This one, you actually see him fulfilling that role. Like he trying to be his old man, not trying to live up to his father, like past and everything that he did. And like you do see him being his own man a little bit. A little bit. Like he did save that snow globe planet. Like, but yeah, but I can't wait for the fourth one to come out. Chris Hemsworth in it playing his father. Again.
There's gonna be a fourth one. See, I've not done my research on this franchise enough to even know that there's going to be a fourth one. Idris Elba's in this movie. He plays the villain Crawl. I like Idris Elba. I think he's just very charismatic in everything I've seen him in. I like him as his villain. Crawl is very interesting. They basically the way he survives is by taking energy from other people and kind of like transforming or metamorphosing. So you see when you first meet his character, he's kind of like this big alien guy with like this roadmap fucking face. His face looks like shit. Oh my god. It looks so horrible. But the next time you see him, he's kind of like changed again. Like his face looks different in a way. It doesn't look as aggressive.
It's like Groot and one of those avatars, and the avatar was black, and they had said that would be Idris Elba in the last scene of the movie. But at the beginning of the movie, it's just like, wow, you are freaking hideous.
Hideous. Like he was talking to Zoe Saldana's character, and I was like, he was like in her face, really up in her face like that. And I was like, Jesus, his breath must smell like shit. Like, there's no way he has good smelling breath. Like, I can't put it past him.
That's just whoa.
Yeah. I would say the set for this Star Trek felt a lot like Guardians of the Galaxy. It almost like Guardians of the Galaxy and Star Trek could take place in the same universe. It just, I don't know, they didn't seem that different to me. And most of the time watching this movie, it's a 2-hour movie, like 2 hours, maybe 15 minutes long movie. I felt like I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy. Just the set design, the characters are different, but it just felt like the world was very Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know.
Well, like, would it like some theorize that they are taking place in the same universe? Me, I don't know, like I see it and don't see it. Like if this was like say the studio really was doing this, it wouldn't make sense. But yeah, I can see how some people would see that, and but to me, it felt like a little bit of a Force Awakens to me. Like I feel like some of the characters, it was like, you remind me of Ray, you remind me of Finn, you remind me of other characters I've seen. Like
I did not get the Force Awakens vibe from this.
And with Idris Elba character Crawl, like if you see the movie, I also got the Apocalypse from X-Men vibes.
Yeah, this is very Apocalypse from X-Men. Crawl and Apocalypse seem almost like the same character a little bit. Different motives? No, not even different motives. They're both trying to wreak havoc and destruction, and through this destruction there will be a better world or a better democracy. So they're both essentially the same villain. like
one just has superpowers and one is in space.
Yeah, it's like Apocalypse goes to space would be Star Trek Beyond. Apocalypse on Earth in the 80s is just X-Men Apocalypse. Like they do seem like the same villains to me.
And that would be like the only con I have with this movie. Like Idris Elba is a fantastic actor. Love most of his work. And like I do like him in this movie, but like I feel like if they would have made him like a little bit more dirty, like he was, like the face is just dirty as enough. Like, holy shit, I do not want to see that.
Yeah.
But I feel like his motives and like way he would do things a little bit more. Like I feel like he would have killed one of those main characters just to get what he wanted to be like, okay, we gotta stop this guy. Like,
yeah.
He killed that one guy out.
And I agree with that. This movie, although it was a good movie, the stakes were very low. I felt like you said, they have a threatening villain like Idris Elba. He looks threatening. You know he's threatening from what you hear about what he does, but he doesn't do anything on screen. Like, aside from taking the energy from those two random people that no one knows, it's like, then he kills the one chick who was hiding the piece they're looking for. In this movie, they're looking for some type of piece that he needs to basically set destruction. Captain Kirk gives it to this girl that hides it in her head. She gives it up. He ends up killing this girl. The problem with this choice, to me, is that you don't even know who this chick is. You know she's on the Starship Enterprise because they're all captured together, but you don't have any relation towards her. So when she dies, it's just like, oh, who kind of gives a fuck? Like, who cares?
Like, they would have killed, I'm sorry, I just can't remember the characters' names. I don't remember. They killed Harold from Harold and Kumar. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But like, and they would have killed him in like that situation because we saw his family. We saw like family picture. You know that he got something to live for. Like he got something to go back to once it's all said and done. So they kill him. It'll put more weight to defeat him. Like he took so much. It was like, come on, like why are you doing this? Like you need to be stopped. You need to be put in check.
No, agreed. I think his name is General So.
General So.
Or Sue. I'm bad with the names too, but we'll try to pop a picture up somewhere. A picture will pop up. It'll be a picture of these people. Maybe like right there. Something will pop up, and like what EJ was saying, there's a scene early in the movie where they return back to Yorktown. So like something gonna meet with their family, and you see General Sue with his daughter and his like husband or whatever. And you're right, kill that character, because as an audience we feel for that character who has a family. You're told in the beginning of the movie that this mission they're on is like a 5-year mission, and they're already on their 4th year. So you get the feeling that they haven't seen their family. They've made sacrifices. Why are you killing someone that no one knows? Kill a main character. There's so many movies that came out this summer. Civil War, Apocalypse, Star Trek. These very mainstream franchise movies, reboots that don't have the balls to kill a main character. Instead, you kill these not even secondary characters. You're extras. You're killing extras.
They got makeup on.
They have makeup on that no one knows. So when you do that, it just doesn't matter. Even in that scene when Zoe Saldana's character's like, no, kill her. She's even disinterested. Like, I don't even know who the bitch is. Like, excuse my language. Like, I don't even know who this person is you're killing.
But if Captain Kirk was in this situation, I might well be like, just stop, like, open that door.
Yeah, like you just
still kill. Oh, shit.
You're just watching irrelevant people die, and it doesn't matter because they're irrelevant to begin with.
But was it weird that like that thing that the train from we're looking for would perfectly fit in her head?
Yeah.
It would perfectly fit, like the perfect size, like able to fit, able to hide it. Like that's weird. Like
but that was very convenient. But also it was decent when she did that too.
Like, when she unveiled it, was like, oh my god, that's amazing.
Wow.
But thinking back on that, did that really just fit in your head? Like,
you're comfortable with the weight of that. Back to them killing people. It was multiple scenes in this movie where people from the Enterprise ship would get caught being sneaky or trying to escape, and the guards would find them, and they wouldn't kill them. Maybe I'm just bloodthirsty, but I feel like if you are the enemy and you're sneaking away, you're going through files and trying to figure out stuff, and you're captured by the bad guys, why aren't they killing you? Like, they just were like, stop, don't do that, come with me.
Freeze!
Like, freeze! Put your hands up.
Gotcha.
So you're not going to shoot me? No. The plot doesn't need that. Like, what the heck?
Like, maybe like a broken leg would have been like, oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
At
least rough them up. It was like nothing. And the stakes weren't high in this movie. Although I liked it, the stakes were not high. Even with Idris Elba seeking to destroy Yorktown, it was like nothing really happened. It was always a threat, but never an action. And he gets really close. Like I said, I rooted for Idris Elba in this movie. I rooted for the villain. He's been waiting 100+ years to do this. He gets so close, and he kind of just fails. Like, he doesn't...
Like...
Nothing climactic happens. He just... famous.
I don't know if you're gonna be like a spoiler, but like certain part like goes to the part. Like, he goes up into the tube and like he already succeeded. He's like 95% done, and he goes up. I thought he was gonna help her. Like, you know what? I fucked up. I'm sorry. I remember I'm a soldier too. Like, you're a soldier. You're trying to do your job. Like, I'm gonna help you out. Like, help you get rid of the thing.
Yeah.
Like, maybe like. If that would have played out, I wouldn't know how that fit in the movie. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. But even though, like, I still didn't like when Kurt just like kick him into it, like, fuck out of here. Like, don't touch me, nigga. Like,
it's just like, well, that's how.
He's like, oh.
Yeah.
It just fades out. Like, oh, okay.
The climax for this movie was just like.
It's
really
visual wise. Like,
visually, this is a very stimulating movie. Visually, it looks really, really good. But there's no climax. At least not in my opinion. There's no real climax. I mean, they have the whole ticking clock theme going. Like, oh, you gotta get to this base before he hooks it up and twists his. They get that. I never felt anxious watching it. Like. Once they get to that scene that you're referring to, you kind of get the feeling that he's going to lose. You're like, oh, okay, they're safe. You kind of just lose interest. You're
like,
just like, oh.
like he's falling. It's like it's okay. They're gonna save him. Watch in 3, 2, 1.
Somehow we need this to happen for the plot. Like,
Justin Lin.
But they do have a scene. Where Idris, you're like, is he gonna turn good? No, be bad, please. When are these movies gonna let the damn villain win? Like, come on, just once and stop killing off these good villains. That's one of my cons. Like, the same with Apocalypse. Hell, the same with who was the villain from Guardians of the Galaxy? That purple guy.
I know you're talking about. I don't know his name. But I know exactly.
I forgot his name. You know, like. Good villains that I felt as though if you would have gave them a second movie, they could have been even more threatening, even more menacing, even more of a, just like violent. Instead, you're killing them in the first movie. You're kind of like come on, give these villains a chance to really blossom. And then even though you have them in the movie, they're not that threatening. They're kind of just talking. They're talking about how threatening they are. Yeah.
Also with this song, with Justin Lin music, with movies, I mean, every time like you do a movie and you do like an original song for the movie, it's always good. Like, See You Again for Fast Furious, Sledgehammer for this one, it's a really catchy song and it's just really good. Like, I have prediction for like the Oscars. I watch Oscars. They're gonna get nominated for editing. Like best film editing, best sound mixing, best sound editing, visual effects, and best original song from Rihanna.
Yeah, Sledgehammer is good. If you haven't listened to Sledgehammer, please go ahead and do it. It really is a good song, and I like it. I like Sledgehammer a lot. It's on my iPad, and we're gonna Sledgehammer should be going across the screen. Sledgehammer. What else? What else are we gonna talk about?
Well, like, what I want to see in the sequel is like, I don't know what plot they're gonna do because Chris Hemsworth is coming back as Kirk's father. Somehow he survived. I don't see how the first one.
Plot ex machina.
Like, it looked like they're gonna do like flashbacks, like, oh, like he used to be this, and then switch back and forth. But I feel like no, I don't feel like that would work. I feel like they just gonna be like, he survived. We're gonna explain it. Just wait till the 20-something. Like, we're gonna explain it. Thor is back. Like,
this is definitely the movie that I think gets like 6 movies. I can see that. I mean, this is definitely a trilogy movie franchise. And
like multiple movies to explain itself.
It's not exposition heavy. I'll give you that one. I can tell this is the type of movie you should have seen at least the first 2, even though I didn't see the previous ones. I didn't feel lost, but I can tell there were certain things that I might have known or would have appreciated more if I had seen the first 2.
Yeah, like, when they made like references to like, I remember that.
So what would you rate this movie overall?
Overall, like performance, the visuals, like the story wise, like everything and all. I'll rank it like at 85 out of 10. Like I think it was better than the first one. The first one wasn't that interesting to me. That's why I fell off of Star Trek. This Star Trek Into Darkness brought me back in. Then I see the third one. So Star Trek Into Darkness is like the best one out of that trilogy so far. The second one and the first one.
Okay. I'm going to give this. You said you give it an 8.5 out of 10. You said?
Yes.
Okay, so he gives it an 8.5 out of 10. I would give it. I'm a percentage person, so I would give it I'm gonna give it a 70 out of 100. 70% out of 100. Because for me, it's a great movie. The trailers do it justice. The marketing campaign for this movie was great. Like I didn't see a horrible trailer. I thought they were all really, really good.
Some people didn't like the first one.
Really?
Cause it didn't call back to the first one, like the sabotage.
Oh. Okay.
And like, oh y'all just doing callbacks. Y'all ain't doing that. Like, you like.
At the callbacks.
Like, but oh yeah, there's also callbacks in the movie.
It is callbacks.
Okay. Yeah, callback to the original like series, to like the show, and then the original movies, and like the J.J. Abrams movies. Like none of them, to me, none of them felt forced. Like it fit right in with the movie. Like it was perfect. Everything was timed and perfect.
Yeah.
And the jokes, very funny.
This was a funny movie. I'll tell you that one. This was funny, and like I said, going into it, I didn't know what to expect. I like that it's funny. I like that it's not taking itself too seriously. It's not trying to be like Battleship. We're going to destroy you. There's jokes.
8.5.
Yeah, and it's very everything fits the characters. We didn't talk about that, but in this movie, because they kind of have a crash landing, they end up getting split up. So certain characters were with certain people. Spock and the Doctor are together.
Kurt and
Anton are together. Shevak. Yeah. Rest in peace, Shevak. He was the guy that passed away. Who else? Scotty. He ends up hooking up with Jayla, a girl they find on the planet.
He will call her Lassie.
Right, he keeps calling her Lassie. Really good pairs. I like Spock and the Doctor together. They're really funny. The Doctor's very like witty and just cynical about stuff, and Captain Spock's just a well-mannered man.
Like speak fluently, use proper English. Like it does like irritate you sometimes. Like, well, I don't know that. Yeah, like trying with that Spock, man.
But like, yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was a funny movie. I did laugh a lot. I wish I didn't have to see it in 3D. To be honest with you, I wish I didn't have to see it in 3D.
It fit perfectly for me with 3D. Like it doesn't matter either one you want to see it with. Like to me, but like 3D was still pretty good.
See it in 2D. See it in 2D. I'm sorry.
See Rogue One in 3D.
They did do a Rogue One trailer for this movie. I don't want to see any Star Wars trailers because I love Star Wars so much. I just don't want to see any new trailers. I get way too excited. But we're going to bring this to a close. Like I said, I give this movie a 70 out of 100. It was funny. I just really wish they would treat their villains better and give us higher stakes. If you have a threatening, crazy villain, let me see some threatening, crazy stuff happen to our main cast. This was a very safe movie for this cast. The cast weren't in any real danger, and for me, that is a 10.2% loss. How about you?
I still give it an 8.5. It beat the original for me. Like, if you able cause third movies and trilogy don't really do that good.
This is true.
It's always like the second one the best, like the first one the best one, and the other two is just or the second one that's the best one, and the other two just The third one would never get a shot. And then with this one, the third one, this is one of the movies I can say like the third one is better than the original. Right? Not better than the second one, but it is better than the original. And that's what I can say. It surprised me. It was really good.
Alright, thank you everyone for watching our Star Trek Beyond Pajama Party review. And please stay tuned to my new channel. We're going to have a new segment coming up called Classic Cinema, where I review and talk about classic movies in cinema history. Alright, that's Annika Corinne and
Good life and
EJ. See you guys later.